Hey guys, Faith and Blessing here, back with another video. And in this video, we want to discuss how you can build a personal brand that can take you from zero to making six figures online. We want to take you through it step by step, everything that you need in order to build a powerful, strong, and effective personal brand. Because we're in a generation right now, and you need to catch up if you haven't. We're in a generation where it's no longer just about building a business. It's about building a personal brand. This is why you see Cristiano Ronaldo just started a YouTube channel. This is why you see Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They're so active on Twitter. The reason why Donald Trump won the presidency isn't because he was a good politician. One of the biggest factors that he had was because he had a personal brand. And the reason why Kamala lost is because she didn't want to do a personal brand. She didn't want to get on as many podcasts as Donald Trump did. I can assure you, if Kamala Harris got on as many podcasts as Donald Trump, she would have won, 100%. Especially if she did more than him. She would have won, but she just was not prepared to. So you can see that in every endeavor in life, a personal brand can hinder your success.
Yeah, a personal brand has definitely helped us to even be in the position to be able to speak to you guys. It's so powerful. I believe that this is the currency that's going to be the most valuable in a few years to come. Like the ones that are able to build a personal brand, an authentic personal brand, are the ones that are going to make the most money. And not even just about money, but the most impact. The ones that will be able to actually bring, let's say there are problems in the market, these people are now going to be able to leverage their personal brand and provide solutions, and people will actually buy them.
Yeah, because people want to buy off people they can trust. I was literally having this conversation with my barber, and people want to...
People buy from people.
Yeah.
People buy from people. Like, as in, people buy from people.
Yeah.
Like, people want to see
Explain
that you're
that.
human. People want to see that, okay, this person's a normal person. Okay, let me give you an example. For instance,
that's the first thing. It's about being authentic.
Being
number
authentic.
one is be authentic.
Be authentic. Be
People
yourself.
buy from people.
The reason why most of my people that I train in my business, they come to me because they say, Blessing, like, I see myself being like you. I see myself, my part of the process that's going to allow me to get to my end goal looks like you. Like, you form part of my process. So I want to learn from you because they've seen that, oh my gosh, like this girl looks like me. She does what she's doing. She's doing her thing. And it's achievable. Like, I can get there.
Yeah.
Like,
you look like me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's achievable. It's within reach, but I just need that. There's something missing that I need to get to where you're at. And that might be the service that I'm providing.
So, example, like, imagine if Blessing just said, oh, imagine if it's just the sales academy. Like, nobody just wants to buy off just as remote,
Basically, what he's trying to say
this is the thing. This is my point as well. Like, Blessing has a company name. I always forget it. Not because I'm like being terrible. It's because that I don't know your company name. I'm not buying from your company. I'm buying from you. I know Blessing. I know your sales thing. That's it. I don't promote Sales Sisters. I know the company name.
No, you
but it's like
you always forget.
But the thing is, you don't talk about the name because, as you said earlier, people buy from people. I don't know what companies Kim Kardashian has. I don't know what companies Cristiano Ronaldo has. I don't know. But trust me, people are buying his things. People are buying. You don't know what it could be called Cristiano Ronaldo Holding. You might say, KKW Beauty is not a thing. It's something Holdings. She'll have some company called blah, blah, blah Holdings that owns that company. Yeah. That's how it works.
Yeah, but people buy into KKW Beauty.
Yeah, because of
Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
I know, but...
They don't buy into the holding company which actually owns the company and blah, blah, blah. Or a better example is, in fact, I think a better example would be like, let's look at personal brands that have been bought out, where, you've got examples of like Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian and I know The Rock. They've sold like The Rock had like a tequila brand and he sold it. The reason why it was valued so much was because of The Rock. That's why. It was because of The Rock, not because of the tequila itself.
A good example of personal branding and being able to leverage that. Remember that? What's that drinks brand? KSI drink. That drink.
Prime.
Oh my gosh, that was a huge craze at one point. Like everyone was buying it. not as big anymore. But at the time, like when it first came out, I think bottles were getting sold for like £10.
Bro, corner shops
were selling out. Everyone was selling out. People were reselling it. $12. Like it was actually a profitable business model to resell Prime at one point.
Yeah,
like that
was a
crazy.
thing. Yeah.
And guess what? It's because KSI has built his personal brand. Or was it Logan Paul? Who's the...
Yeah.
KSI and Logan Paul had built their personal brand up so high that anyone would buy anything that they would offer.
Yeah.
Like their fan base would run. Be like, oh my gosh, Logan Paul. Oh my gosh, let me run to their thing. Because they built such a solid personal brand. And this doesn't happen overnight. You have to realize with personal brands, it takes time to build. Yeah. But if you don't go on that journey of building, you won't ever get to the point where you've built such a solid personal brand that you can leverage off it.
Building a solid personal brand is almost like building a house. It's we always go back to the Bible because it's just in my heart, but it's like what Jesus said as a parable. He said, if I build my house on, what did he say? On a rock. On a rock. There was two. He built a rock and then build it on sand, I think he said. If I build my house on sand, I'm paraphrasing, I don't know it specifically, but if I build my house on sand, when the rain comes, when the wind blows, that wind will go down. But if I build it on a rock, when the rain comes and when the wind blows, it will stand that test. Yeah. And do you have a point?
No.
Yeah, it will stand that test. And that's like a personal brand. The more you post, the longer you post, it means that you get to actually, people trust you more. It means that even if storms come, because we need to also talk about some of the disadvantages, first of all, because it's not all roses. It's not all roses having a personal brand. It's not all roses.
That's another video.
It's not all roses, but yeah, definitely another video we could ever talk about. But yeah, personal branding comes with its own shortfalls too. But the more consistent you post, the more you're gonna stand the test of time. I know again we'll go on to another video, but just to give you an example, just think there are so many. There's so many celebrities and public figures that we all know. Like, they're not perfect. Cristiano Ronaldo has had a couple scandals in the past that I've seen. All these guys, they have all these scandals, but because they were so consistent, they kept delivering. People still trust in that personal brand. That's why people say that thing of like one hit wonder. You're a one hit wonder because you came, something happened, and you went. You never lasted.
Yeah. Personal brands take time. So let's now talk about practical steps you can take to build.
And let's relate them to also, sorry to go, but let's really relate them to like what we've actually done in our own thing, in our own, not even businesses, just like our own content, like branding career. Like, we've been doing this personal branding thing now since 2020.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's not what to do. So the moment someone thinks of a business, they think, oh my gosh, my logo, my website. No. To this day, my business generates me 5 figures, right, every month, right? And to this day, I don't have a website. I only made a logo on Canva. That took me like 5 minutes. But yet, I'm still doing better than the people that are stressing about their website. Guess what? People don't care about your website. They care about you. Can they trust you to deliver them the service? Or can they trust you for a good product? It's about you. It starts from you. It's not about how good your website looks. If you have a good website and rubbish products, people won't buy. Simple as that. Can they trust that you will deliver? Isn't it right?
Yeah.
Logo, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, people don't care about the logo. They don't care about the website.
Do you know what's crazy? Like, I used to think that way. I used to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I need a logo. I need a site. And obviously, it really does depend on your business model. Obviously, if you're doing like, for example, luxury,
obviously,
jewelry, like, do you know what e-commerce?
Like physical product-based businesses.
Obviously, you need that. We're more so talking for like online businesses, like services. Mostly, well, some services you do need. Obviously,
online
use
services.
Use wisdom.
We're mostly talking about online services, in particular, info products and agencies. That's really
What's info products, in the case I don't understand?
Well, look it up. Simple. Go search it up.
No. But let me explain.
Education companies.
For what?
Education companies for whatever education it might be. Info products, online info
products. Let's break it down in case they don't understand what that is.
We want to break it down. Okay, so you want me to? Go ahead.
You can go.
Yeah, so what an info product is an information product. It's when you package your skill, package information, package it up into some sort of ebook, digital course, could be mentorship on Zoom, could be group calls on Zoom. You package up a skill that you're going to teach somebody and they can learn it online. That's what an info product-based business is. This is what people like Alex Hormozi, if you don't know these names, please look them up. But these are what people like Alex Hormozi are doing, Sam Ovens, Iman Gadzi. These are some women, any women that you can think of that are doing this. So many people, Eileen Wilder, and all these people are making Sam Ovens. These are people that are making millions. Her name is Sam Ovens.
Sam Ovens doesn't even package that anymore.
He
doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, he has that school.
Yeah, so you love it
because he's like the godfather. Because he's literally the godfather. The reason why a lot of people have started info businesses and consulting businesses is literally because of him. Like, he's literally the godfather of him. But yeah, these kind of guys, these info product businesses, that's what these guys did. They did info product businesses, online businesses, and that's the industry that we're in. And we're definitely going to make a video about why we think like info should be in, because what's so good about info is the cash flow. Like, I was just having a thought about it, and I don't know if you want to add anything because I'm rambling now. It's just that I had a thought about comparing it to other businesses. Look, if you compare info to e-com, you will spend loads and loads of money on adverts. With info business, I think, in my opinion, is the easiest business to get to 100K a month. It's the easiest business to get $1 million a year. Like, we're both on track by this time next year. We should be on about 100K a month. Not should be. We will be at 100K a month minimum, 1 million a year each. And we're gonna have so much cash flow. It's such good cash flow. So many other businesses, you need to save money. You know, in other businesses, you need to have 6 months of expenses, 12 months of. There's no such thing as your info business not profiting per month. It's just if your business can't.
Like, just most of the time, the profit margin is like 80% upwards.
Yeah, literally.
So should we go back to personal branding?
Yeah.
So what other practical tips can we give them for building a solid personal brand that will allow you to get to build a 6-figure brand or 7-figure brand?
My thing is, I think a personal brand, but going back to what I was saying about you need to build it off a strong foundation, is consistency. I think my big thing is consistency, and that happens for me. The tip is have a content bank. Please, please, please build a content bank, because what's a content bank? A content bank is when you record a load of content and you can store it and save it, and then you can release it over time. So you can record, let's say you decided I want to record one piece of content every single day. And so you can just in one day record 30 pieces of content, and you just do that in one day and then release them every single day for the next 30 days. That's the exact strategy that I did on my Instagram that allowed me to gain almost 500,000-600,000 followers overnight. That's what got me a reel that got me 14 million views on just one reel. 16.9 million views. Thank you. 16.9 million views just on one reel. Why? Because I was consistent. And that's something that Blessing is doing really well, and it's really working for her. Say how it relates to business, or say what.
Can I just say, I will talk about but I want to talk about yours. Like, I remember when you were posting every day. Actually, when you first started posting every day, you were losing followers. Yeah. Every single day. He was losing. I think it was you had 13.5. So he had a few followers, 13,500, because he had been building his personal brand for years. However, this was the point where he wanted to take it more seriously. You moved off Snapchat and you wanted to come now fully onto Instagram. And with Instagram, the way the algorithm works is they like to test you to see how serious you are. So he was losing followers. I remember every day you were not. Like, I think you had someone else posting for you at the time, which meant that you were consistent. Yeah. But I think it falls down to just you and your thoughts and your feelings. It's demoralizing when you first start, 100%. But guess what? You wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of followers now if you didn't go through that period. There's always a tough period that you must get through. Then it becomes a lot easier. Like, even for me, like, posting consistently, sometimes it's quite hard, I can't lie. But then the mindset shift that happened and what allowed me to get over that consistency problem was noticing that, listen, I'm not seeking the validation of other people. Because when you're posting consistently, sometimes you may not get that many likes because, you haven't reached the people that need to see you. Perhaps your followers and the people that you have on your social media are people that or your friends, or there's not that many people that are interested in what you're talking about. Yeah. But those people will come later through your consistency. You just have to break that wall. But and people
are watching too.
Yeah. They might not like you, might like your videos or like your posts, but they're watching. And that's even sometimes I do that. Like, I love what someone is doing, but I don't always like it. Sometimes I just forget. Sometimes I scroll. Like, it's not that deep. Literally. Another Bible verse that helps was Galatians 1:10. Yeah. Am I seeking the approval of man, or am I seeking the approval of God? If I'm seeking the approval of man, then I'm not a servant of Christ. And are you a servant of Christ? Yes. If you are a servant of Christ, you do what pleases him, not what pleases man.
Yes. Guys, like, I just can't. So that's one. So that's consistency, building a content bank. I think something else came to my mind. I was gonna just say you should just tell them how like. Also, just a quick one. So she mentioned how if I was gonna post this by myself, I would have been demotivated. Now, one of the reasons that kept me going is because I was so consistent on Snapchat. That's one of the big things. I was so consistent. Previously, I'd been consistent. I'd posted every day on Snapchat and I'd be posting multiple times a day. So that really helped. But one tip I want to give to people is use software. There are so many. In fact, Instagram has a built-in scheduling tool. It allows you to go up to 14 days. So what you can do is you can record 14 pieces of content and just let them get posted. Let them get posted. Like all the content that we're doing, we'll just sit down one day, do it, and then we're just gonna schedule it. Like we're just gonna schedule it. That's all we're gonna do. So yeah, that's just us being honest and just transparent. Like we're just gonna just sit down, do this content, and just schedule it and post it. So we're not worried. We don't need to be stressed or anything like that. So do that for Instagram. There's also some other websites. Just look it up. Just type in Instagram scheduler, TikTok scheduler, and you can schedule for the next 30, 60 days plus.
Yeah, when it comes to building a personal brand, I also believe that a lot of people overcomplicate it. I had a conversation with one guy yesterday, and he's in my industry, and he wants to start posting online, wants to start posting sales content. And then I said, why haven't you? And he's like, oh, because I don't think I have the good scripts. I don't think my content have got a good enough camera. And I said, what phone do you have? So iPhone 15.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, so what's stopping you? He's like, I think I need to buy the DJI. I said, what do you mean?
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
Who?
Some guy, I'll tell you after.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was like, I think I need to get a better...
A 15 Pro or 15 normal?
15.
15.
But
okay,
still, it doesn't matter. Like, it's still a recent iPhone.
Yeah.
I was like, start from that. Like, and don't, you're overcomplicating it. He's like, I need to script out what I'm going to say. Like, listen, me and him had an hour-long conversation. I don't think I even told you. But we had an hour-long conversation about sales and what he's learned. He's made... I'm not going to say too much, but he made a lot of money in sales, like every single month. He's been making money. And we talked about the good, the bad, the ugly. I was like, this conversation, there's so much content you could have got out of this conversation. Like just having that normal conversation. And look, one thing I told him, I was like, look, imagine this. Imagine the person on the other side of your screen is your friend. And shoot the video like you are talking to your friend. Cool. So let's say your friend is saying, oh, Blessing, how can I get into sales? Okay, Sarah, this is how you can get into sales. You need to do this, and that. And once you do this, and that, this will allow you to go into this. So it is so easy. People want authentic content. They don't want to overly done. I think that's even gone in the past now. Overly edited content. That's a trend that's gone now. Yeah. People just want to see you talking. Yeah. The ones that go viral are the ones that are the least edited these days. Yeah. So that makes it a whole lot easier for you to post on social media. Yeah. You don't need to have the best camera in the world. Even if you have an iPhone 12, man, just post. What? And when you get consistent, who knows what can come out of it? Maybe your business will start generating a lot of money and then you can start buying different cameras. But for now, start with what you have. Use your resources well and use it effectively.
Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. Man, that one's really plaguing our generation. This whole thing of and I don't know, I think another thing, again, just want to add on to what Blessing's saying, because it's so good, is you pretend your friend's there. Guys, I think working with people, I'm thinking of one person that we're working with. It's people, you know what I'm talking about? It's a she, and she was so good talking with us about her offer. She's so good to talk about it, just when it's us two here. But as soon as the camera goes on, and it's so sad. It saddens me. And it's so I don't know what strategy, because I'm even trying to think of that strategy. And I think the best thing is just please, guys, can you just pretend the camera's not there? Yeah. The same way that you would just talk with your friend about something. People don't. Oh man, I think that's what we got this channel for. It's just please, we want to unearth your gift. Everybody has a gift, man. Yeah. Everybody has a gift. I don't know why you don't think you have a gift.
Yeah. And obviously I get it. Sometimes it might be a bit overwhelming. You're seeing so much content online. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not as good as this. But guess what? Those people you're looking up to, they started from somewhere. They started with the same place. But guess what? They didn't use excuses to mask what they wanted to do. They just used what they had and they went on. That's the difference between the people that make it and the people that don't. Mm-hmm. People that make it are the ones that utilize what they have and make use of it. Look at the parable of the talents. I know that. That's
I was actually gonna just. Is it alright for? Yeah, because I was actually literally just gonna say Look at Christ.
Yeah.
God humbled himself so much to come for a man like Christ who was not wealthy and rich. If God wanted to, Christ could have been the richest man on that earth, but he humbled himself enough to come as a man as Christ. So all he would do is just use what he had available to him to be able to spread the gospel.
Yeah.
That's the best example I can give. Just look at Christ. Christ humbled himself. He was a king. If he wanted to, he could have snapped his fingers and got everything he wanted.
That's so good.
But instead, he humbled himself enough and said, you know what? I'm still going to have to work for the things that I want.
Yeah.
I'm still going to have to be a carpenter. I'm still going to have to trade.
That's good.
He still humbled himself and he realized, I got to just work where I am and build it up. If he wanted to, at 5 years old, he could have saved the world. But he's like, no, I must go through, you said it lovely earlier, process.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, I got a practical video. I got a fantastic practical.
Okay,
I know
you
what
can
to
go.
do. I just want to leave it on this. I think the last thing I'll definitely say is that record content. So my goal would be so this is for the serious ones. Today and for the next 30 days, I just want you to have this is just so you can get used to having a camera in your face. Every single day for the next 30 days, record yourself talking in the camera. You don't need to post it. It doesn't need to go anywhere. Just for the next 30 days, record yourself in the camera and record it. And you don't have to show it to anybody. I guarantee you by the end of 30 days, you're going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's practice.
Fantastic. Practice makes perfect or progress. Some people say progress. Because we'll never be perfect.
Yeah, because we're never perfect.
But progress, 100%. And
so bad. I'm just thinking, I used to be so bad in front of the camera. I would stutter bears. And you too.
Me too. I was terrible, but thank God for progress. So I wanted to also say my last point that I'll probably leave it off on this is be creative. Be creative. Yes, utilize your resources, but also try and think outside of the box. Okay. So in terms of creativity, the reason why I say it's important to be creative is because the first thing that God did, the first trait that we saw of God was creativity. In the beginning, God created, meaning that if he is our father, we are his children. We naturally have the ability to inherit these traits, right? Yeah. That is a trait we have inheritance from. No, we can inherit easily because that's the first trait we even hear about, meaning that it must be the easily accessible trait, the one that's the most easily... Oh.
You're getting a bit too passionate.
Yeah, let me calm down. The one that's the most easily accessible is creativity. So there is no excuse. It's the lie of the enemy for you to think, oh my gosh, I'm not creative. I used to think like that. I used to think I'm not creative. I used to think, oh my gosh, I can't do these things. And creativity can be, let's say, for example, let's say you want to record content at home. Let's say you don't like your red room. I don't know. There's these people use bed sheets. I remember in COVID, people were hanging up bed sheets and creating a nice white background because they had a white bed sheet. Literally, be creative. Maybe you don't have a nice background. Maybe you don't like your wall color. Maybe your color. Maybe the color of your wall is yellow and you don't like it. Okay, hang a white bed sheet. Get started. Buy a tripod. What? £15 on Amazon. Buy a ring light or a lighting. What? Maybe 30, 40, 50 pounds. Whatever. Don't need to break the bank. Just start with small. And elevate from there.
Literally.
That's what I have to say.
Literally. Wow, well done, man. That was really good, I think that's going to really encourage people, and that's what we really want to do. We just want to just plant that seed in somebody, and hopefully we can water it. Plant. I am from where I'm from, and that's from Birmingham. Shout out all my Birmingham people. 0121. Come on. Let's end it here.
Why am I with a Birmingham guy?
That's the choice that you made.
Anyways, it is.
Guys, we want to thank you for tuning in. We love you and
peace out.
God bless you.
Bye.